Chapter 3, Lost One.
Now, why in the world would I give material to someone whose career is almost in the toilet?
That don't make no sense. Oh, come on, Saxton. Because you write hits. Only hits.
I hate flattery. You know that, Oscar. Absolutely hate it.
Oh, come on. Give the girl a break, man.
You have a woman who is almost 40 years old who hasn't scored a hit in 3 years? I'm surprised she hasn't been cut from the label. She's dead weight.
She's an awesome vocalist. She just needs better material. If you produce for her, you are guaranteed to win Grammys.
I've won Grammys without writing for her, okay?
Saxton shot back. He stood, his 6 feet height matching Oscar's.
Let me ask you something, Oscar. Would you give your precious diamonds to dog?
Oh, of course I wouldn't. What's your point?
My point is that my best material would be channeled to those with a promising career ahead of them, not a finished career after them. She needs to do something else, maybe teach vocal lessons or something.
Oscar shook his head while listening to him. You are a cold dude, Saxton. But I hope one day something will soften your hard heart. I hope something happens to you that will make you see life differently and have some compassion for a change.
Compassion doesn't pay the bills, man. Neither does it win awards.
Oscar was on his way out of the office when he heard that statement. He turned back to his colleague and said, you know, if that were the case, you wouldn't have won so many awards. Why don't you take another look at the lyrics you write? With that, he closed the door behind him. Saxton stared behind him.
Whatever.
He waved dismissively as he sat back down in his chair. The children arrived at the tall 20-story building. It was white granite and had many windows. Wow, that's huge. So what now? Jack said. Well, we wait. Devonna answered, sitting on one of the white granite benches as they watched people enter and leave the building. She was thankful the day was 75 degrees and spring. Otherwise, this trip would have been a challenge. What are we waiting for? Him to come out and meet us? Devonna didn't say anything, and her brother gave her a side eye. Don't tell me he's not expecting us, Dev. Just trust me, Jack. You're driving me nuts. I'm hungry again, Keena cried. Devonna reached into the bag, handed her a sandwich. The oldest child finally saw her opportunity when she spotted a man and woman who appeared to be in their 40s getting out of a vehicle in the parking lot and headed to the building. Okay, let's go, y'all, Devonna told the others. The man and woman were in a comical conversation as he was saying things that caused her to laugh. The man swiped his proxy card and pulled the door open, allowing the woman to go in first. But just before the door clicked shut, Devonna caught it, and they stayed close behind the couple as they headed towards the elevator as if they were the children of the couple. They were not noticed by the front desk person, and it was a good thing for them that they were not the only children entering and leaving the building with adults. They stepped onto the elevator with the couple, and the man pressed 7 as the couple still engaged in conversation. The woman finally noticed them and said, "Are you all here for the audition?" "Yes, we are. For Saxton Weller." The man frowned, glancing at the woman. Then he said,
He doesn't still do auditions, does he, Teresa?
"I don't know, but he's on the 3rd floor," the woman said as she pressed 3. "Hope all goes well," she said as the children stepped off the elevator, thanking her. "Wow, that was easy." "It is when you patiently wait for the right opportunity, Jack. Come on." She looked at the board in the lobby of the 3rd floor. "He's in room 310. Let's go." They rounded the corridor. They noticed photos of many famous people who had recorded with Mancuso Records. They finally stopped at the end of the hallway. A young black woman was behind the desk, manning the telephone behind a large computer. She looked up. "What can I help you kids with?" We're here to see Saxton Weller. And who might you be? We're his family. The woman raised her eyebrows, giving them a sweeping once-over. Really? Yes, we're his brothers and sisters. Now, is he in? Jack stepped up and said, yes, but he's in a virtual meeting. You can have a seat while I tell him you're here. She got up, knocked on the door. The children made themselves comfortable on the long gray sofa. Shelley wanted to sit on Devonna's lap and go to sleep. She had had a long day. Saxton? He looked up, held up an index finger, and she waited. He finally said,
What's up?
There are some kids out here who said they're your siblings.
My siblings. Oh, this should be good. But what's the protocol, Charlize?
Sir?
Are they scheduled to meet me?
No, but...
So if they're not scheduled to meet me, what are you supposed to do?
Have them schedule a meeting with you?
Right. You're too brilliant for me, Charlize.
Okay, Saxton. I'll have them to make an appointment.
Thank you.
She returned to her station. Okay, kids. Jack approached her desk. Devonna got up, carried her baby sister on her hip, and approached the desk. Mr. Weller says you have to make an appointment. He's not Mr. Weller to us. He's our big brother, Jack said, making Charlize smile. And we got the same last name he does, so tell him to come out and meet us. Shelley woke up and started crying, causing Charlize's heart to go out to her. Oh, sweetie, would you like a cookie? Shelley nodded affirmatively. Come with me, kids. She got up, led them to the break room, told them to have a seat. I got a little girl about your age. What is your name? This is Shelley, Devonna said. She introduced herself and the rest of the children. From their appearance, Charlize could tell they had come a long way to see their big brother. Would you children like some pizza? I can order. Yes, Jack bellowed. Yes, that would be good. Thank you so much, Miss Charlize, Devonna said, and she prompted the other children to tell the generous woman thank you. Once the pizza came, she fed the children. So, are we gonna get to meet him? Devonna asked. Well, I'll talk to him. I'll let him know you came from far away. Thank you, Miss Charlize. It's the best I can do. Now eat, eat, eat. She left them in the break room and returned to her desk. No sooner than she sat down, Saxton was calling her to his office.
So, what's this I hear about some kids claiming to be my younger brothers and sisters?
The oldest one said that your father married her mother.
That doesn't make them my sibling.
They said he's their father, too.
I actually do not have a father, Charlize.
That was a past he would rather forget, and Charlize saw a flash of pain in his eyes. He could not fool her. Saxton, would it hurt to meet them? They're still here.
I told you to send them away.
Saxton, don't yell at me, okay? With that, she quietly left the office. Devonna approached her desk alone. The other children were still in the break room. So, what did he say? He'll see you. You just have to wait, okay? Charlize said. She could see a strong resemblance between Jack and Saxton. There was no doubt they were brothers. How long would it be? Until everyone is gone. He has lots to do today. Charlize was not about to send those children away. There was something in their demeanor that spoke of desperation and abandonment. She knew the story. She'd been abandoned by her own mother and had gone on a search for her grandmother, who also rejected her. Once it was time to get off, she made sure the children were okay and told them to remain in the break room and assured them Saxton would come out and get his late coffee at some point. Thank you for all you've done for us, Charlize. You're welcome. Hang in there, kids, okay? Okay. was nearly 8 o'clock by the time Saxton finally made his way into the break room. The floor was quiet, as most of the people in the building were either on other floors in recording rooms or in conference rooms. When he spotted them sitting at one of the tables, he stopped in his tracks. He would have to have a word with Charlize in the morning.
May I help you, kids?
We've been told you're our big brother. Devonna stood and said,
Kid, I don't know who told you that, but they had...
My name is Devonna. He smirked.
Okay, Devonna, I'm not your big brother. Now, where do you kids belong?
So you're just going to diss us like that? Is that how it is? Jack said.
I don't know you, okay? And no, I'm not going to diss you. Instead, I'm going to take you back to where you live. Dissing you would be calling security and tossing you out.
Devonna felt a surge of pain shoot through her. She had always dreamed of meeting her big brother, but her pain was mainly because of the disappointment she saw on the faces of her younger sibling.
Don't you even want to know our name?
Jack asked. Saxton inclined his head to one side before saying,
Not really.
Well, I'm Jack. This is Keena and Shelley.
All right. Now that I know your names, grant me the same diligence by giving me your address.
The children piled into a brand new black Mercedes GLE SUV. The vehicle smelled new, although he'd had it custom made a year ago. Devonna and her siblings had never been in a vehicle so fancy. She sat in the back with the girls while Jack sat in the middle row.
Wow! This is so cool!
Jack exclaimed.
Don't touch anything!
Saxton warned. The ride back to the projects on the west side of town was an unwelcome venture for Devonna, as the landscape changed from green and beautiful to concrete and ugly, and their housing project came into view. Her heart sunk with sorrow. She had hoped he would help them out. You know, our mother has been gone for a week. She tried appealing to her half-brother, hoping he would lend a hand. We don't know where she is, and I'm only 12.
I'm sure she'll be back,
he said, stopping the car on their street. She noticed he never shut off the engine. But she's never left us for a whole week before, Saxton.
Maybe you can call social services and let them know. They'll place you in foster care.
They'll split us up, man, Jack piped in.
Maybe they won't.
Devonna could see this man was not going to assist, but she could not be blamed for trying. They reluctantly got out of the car. Thanks for giving us a ride anyway, Saxton.
No problem.
They headed towards the courtyard where their building was, and Devonna watched the fancy vehicle pull off and disappear around the corner. What are we gonna do in the house without any lights? I hate that guy, Jack complained. Well, we'll figure it out. She carried Shelley on her back. They walked past a few guys hanging out, drinking beer and smoking weed. Saxton headed towards the highway. He pulled up at a traffic light just before getting on the highway. He heard someone screaming. He looked to his right. A corner store owner was chasing a kid down the street who had apparently stolen something from the store. He watched the action. He hadn't realized the light turned green until he heard a horn honk. Instead of getting on the highway, he made a right turn and circled the block, ending up right back in the spot where he had dropped off the children. He saw them entering the building. He hopped out, not caring if anyone would try to steal his car, and he jogged toward the building.
Devonna! Devonna! Devonna!
Devonna heard someone calling her name. She was about to hurry inside, but she turned around and spotted Saxton headed in their direction. They stopped at the door. She wondered if they'd left something in his car. Yes. Did we leave something behind? He approached the children at that point.
No, hey, I guess you guys can spend the night at my place until we sort this out in the morning. Maybe I can help you find your mother.
Devonna smiled, tears sitting in her eyes. Really? You'll do that for us?
Just for tonight. I'm sure she'll probably turn up within the next couple of days.
I hope so, man, because we don't have no lights in the house, Jack said. Saxton looked at the faces of the children. Before getting emotional himself, he said,
Okay, let's go.
He got them back to the car and pulled away. Nearly an hour later, they were on the northeast side of town, which was called the hillside. Beautiful mansions came into view until he pulled into one of the driveways and parked the car. The children were in awe, looking up at the brick structure with lots of windows and a 3-car garage. He opened the garage, pulling between a Ferrari and a BMW. Who lives here with you? Devonna asked.
I live alone.
He said, shutting off the engine. They entered by way of the den. Everything in the house was clean and smelled good. Expensive furniture, large rooms, books lined the shelves in the den, and a huge television on the far wall across from the fireplace. The children had never been in a home this fancy before. If you live alone, who do all them cars belong to?
They all belong to me, man.
Wow! You the bomb, Saxton! And for the first time, the children saw him give off a slight smile.
Well, thank you.
He said before leading the children upstairs and showing them several rooms.
You each can take a room.
Well, the girls are gonna want to sleep with me, Saxton. They don't like sleeping alone.
Then you'll sleep in the other master bedroom.
He led the girls down the opposite end of the hallway and opened the door. A king-size canopy bed with a large chest of drawers, dresser, and an en-suite bathroom containing a shower, jacuzzi, and double doors that led to a balcony.
Is this comfortable enough for you girls?
This is awesome. Thanks, Saxton. She hugged him and he reluctantly put one arm around her.
Okay. I'm sure Monica has some clothes in the drawers that may be able to fit you. She's really small.
Saxton? Who is Monica?
She's my sister.
Oh, where is she?
She's in Italy right now. She and her husband are on an assignment.
How old is she, if you don't mind me asking?
She's 26. Okay. Get in the shower and get to bed. We'll talk in the morning.
He made sure Jack was okay before heading to bed himself. Yo, thanks for letting us crash here, man. You're real cool for doing that, you know? Jack offered him a fist bump, and Saxton reluctantly accepted.
You're welcome. Get some rest.
As soon as he closed his bedroom door at the opposite end of the hallway, he got on the phone and called Charlize. I had no idea they were still there, Saxon, when I left. I didn't check the break room.
Don't play games with me, Charlize. You better be glad I do like you. What? Charlize, this is not funny. This isn't funny.
But deep inside, there was something about her that absolutely intrigued him.
We'll finish this conversation in the morning, young lady.
What's there to finish?
I just called to let you know I'm not an idiot, okay?
I never said you were. Oh, come on, Saxton. You know those kids are adorable.
Yeah, and dirty.
Woo! That was low. But you have about 7 bathtubs.
Charlize, I'm not playing games with you tonight. This is the last time I'm going to let you get on my nerves.